Hello everyone and welcome to Behind the Scenes of Phoenix Studios. Today I'll be joined with four of the members that are in the studio. So let's begin. So I think it's probably best all of you introduce yourself. So let's start with Cold. How about you introduce yourself and then everyone else.
Well, hello everybody. My name is Chip. I'm the founder of Phoenix Studios, and I'm the producer of all of our shows that we've been working on. I've been with the group since the beginning, and yeah, I'm really happy to be here. Why doesn't my good friend Kremish go out next?
What's going on, y'all? It's the host of the Crimson Ad Show, Crimson Memes. I'm here to present any questions you have on Phoenix Studios, and I'm just gonna give some insight on our group. I'm passing the mic to Beatles.
What's up? It's me, Beatles. I've been writing bits for most of the shows, and basically, I'm really underappreciated. Any support would be lovely. Um, I'm passing the mic over to my best friend, Cookies.
Hey, it's me, Cookies, host of the superior show, Subjectivity.
Okay,
Shots fired.
So I think we should
All right, well,
move on
see
to
you
the first question.
Noted.
So
Yeah,
the first one is probably aimed at all of you, but likely to be Coldship as the main person. So what is Phoenix Studios? Like, what do you do, and how did it start?
All right, well, I'll let everybody kind of give their input here, but Phoenix Studios has gone through a lot of different stages. It's become very different things over time, mostly because the group's always been trying to kind of find its footing, kind of trying to find what it wants to do. Phoenix Studios started a while ago, back in I'd say 2015 is when it kind of its first iteration started up. But we've been on Roblox since 2018. We started with game development, and then I believe it was in late 2021 where we decided to move over to filmmaking, show making, and all that stuff. If anybody else wants to give kind of their input, go right ahead.
I'll go ahead and start us off. I joined Phoenix Studios a couple of years ago, by complete accident, and at first I was making jokes and stuff. I didn't take anything seriously, and I still don't. But at least this time I'm more well respected. But point is, this group is awesome. I've been with these guys for years, and everyone here is a hard, dedicated worker.
Mm-hmm. Preach.
Right.
Yeah. I joined very recently. I'm like the newest out of everyone in this VC. But like everything so far, Phoenix has just been great. It's from what I see it as, it's just a group where a bunch of guys can have fun and post it on the internet.
Well, personally, right, I've been in Phoenix since 2020, and I haven't really been active in it since like I guess a year or two ago when I was offered a job by Coachip here. But realistically, working on this kind of stuff and even like scrapping most stuff I've worked on, like mostly it's not about the destination, it's about the journey, right? I've enjoyed being here, I've enjoyed working.
Okay.
Um,
What was the main reason for the group starting? Like, how did it begin from the very start? Did Cold sort of begin it, or was there an idea you had before?
should I take this one?
Go for
Yeah,
it.
go ahead.
Yeah, all right. So, like I said, Phoenix Studios started back in 2015. Um, yeah, I was kind of the one who started it before, but I did have some help from other people. A lot of people will know, the names. Tamer Stito, he was one of the first ones to join me. I've known Tamer since we were little, since we were like 9 years old, and it was around that time when we said, wouldn't it be cool if we did like a group? At first, it was just with our friends, and we do like stuff on Minecraft. So we had like this Minecraft server. It was on Bedrock though. It wasn't nothing too serious because none of us had computers at the time. But we would make this Minecraft server and we'd make these mini games and we just play on it for fun. I also had my other friend David, who I talk to still, but not as much. But he was also one of the first guys. And then later on, I met some other members like Joy, who's still a prominent member of the group. Like I said, it was in 2018 when we did the switch over to Roblox. We still very much had the idea planted on our head, go and make games, and there was attempts, but most of them, well, didn't really work out. So that's why he kind of shifted over to movie making, which is doing a lot better for him.
Okay, awesome. So you said you do like movie making and TV show making. What are some like past
Yeah.
examples of what projects you've worked on and how did you do it?
Grimp, you want to take this one?
Yeah, of course. So the first show idea that we came up with, I preached at Cold a couple years ago. It was based off of a parody of a well-known show. I'm sure some of you guys might know it. I'll let you guys guess, but we ended up making a show based off that called The Crimson Ad Show, where me and a lifelong friend of mine, Ad, known him since I was like 4 years old. Him and I are really close. We decided to make this show, and it was just going to be a completely random, just funny talk show, like completely based off of comedy. And after that, we had a show pitched called Bait and Switch. Now this never made it to the lot. This never was published, but it was supposed to be a follow-up of the Crimson Ad Show. So maybe in the future, if we're not as busy as we are now, we might be able to bring that back, but we'll see. But another example of this, the inferior subjectivity show.
Oh, okay.
It's a game show, right? And yeah, this cookies guy runs it. He's quite the character, but well, I gotta say, I will give him the benefit of the doubt. While I was on his show, I had a lot of fun. It took the random kind of prospects from my show and kind of use that to make everything fit well with the ID listing based questions. So yeah, that's kind of the shows that we've been working on, and we have 2 shows planned for the future that maybe we'll talk about more in just a minute here.
Yeah, I think that the good thing about the shows is the amount of diversity they're getting. We had some scrap projects because Crimson Ad Show was kind of the flagship. We had it kind of helming the group for a couple of months. I want to say even a year and a half maybe before the pitches started kind of developing. Like Crimshed. Bait and Switch was in the writing process. We had a different show that kind of got canceled, and this is the only time you're gonna hear me acknowledge it. Now nowhere else will I acknowledge the show, but we did have a show called Inside the Ride.
Inside.
And Inside the Ride. You're never gonna hear me acknowledge this show again because I hate it. But it was a show kind of because at the time I was a player of this game called Theme Park Tycoon 2, bane of my existence. But I wanted to do a show with the community there. It didn't work out, but I think that's a good part of the shows. We've had a lot of ideas come and go, and some have worked out, some haven't. Some have kind of slowed down, and some just got the axe immediately. And that's good. I mean, nobody starts off with a full roster of decent established shows. We've just now started building a roster up. It's taken us a couple years. And now we have Crimson Ad Show and Subjectivity, which are both becoming like established shows. And we have the Crimson 2 shows coming up, which I think we have one of the hosts in here as well. So if he feels like it, he'll maybe bring it up. But yeah, that's really the best part about the shows. The amount of diversity, the people that run them. It's amazing.
Yeah. Wait, am I allowed to talk about the pitch I was given earlier?
Not really. I was more referring to the Beatles. But if you want to talk about, subjectivity, you can. I'm sure. You're right. We're ready to discuss that.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, awesome. So I guess the main question really is how do you create the TV shows? So you said about you cancelled some of them and some of them are going like Theme Park Tycoon, but how do you create some of the new ones?
Right. That's a good question, and I'll let some other guys talk about this as well. So I won't talk as much here. But the way we work is I'm gonna only go to subjectivity for this one because this is like the newest show. It's fresh off. It premiered, I believe, earlier this week. It premiered the first episode, which was an awesome launch event. Since people turned up, and it's performing really well. So thank you to everybody who's watched it, who supported it. It's been a fantastic show. So the way it worked with subjectivity is subjectivity was the first one where we kind of developed the technology, which is like the cameras. We have a camera system now, so what the cameraman can do is he can just switch in between numbers 1 to 8, and there's different camera angles. I don't know if your question was how they're made practically, or if you're more asking about the process. But practically wise, we do have like a camera system, and we have people who edit them. Subjectivity was edited by 2 people, but yeah, that's kind of how we do. That's kind of how we did it with subjectivity. I don't know if anybody else wants to talk about Crimson Action,
Yeah.
or just anything
I'll
else.
chime in here because
Yeah.
from the technical aspect of subjectivity, they were kind of like the second coming of a show, because the Crimson Ad show was kind of like the first show we've ever made, and they're like, if you look at the first episode, it's horrible in my opinion. It's like really low quality and not well made. What we've done with the Crimson Ad show, we've tried to keep up that process of improving on each episode from episode 1. So you'll notice episode 2, while still not being the best of quality, it's better than episode 1. Episode 3 is better than episode 2, and so on and so forth. Because we've learned more about what we're doing, and we're taking our time. But essentially how we film these shows is we make a game on Roblox Studio, we script it, we put any assets that we need to into it, and we start to form a process in which we plan out things and just make it happen. So we record after we publish the Roblox game, we record there, we use admin commands, and we use remote events that we have scripted into the game to help make like effects and lights and just random stuff that we want to happen just happen. And I think that's the glory of it, because especially the Crimson Ad show is not scripted. So at any time I could just talk about whatever I want to, and then just a giant clock falls from the ceiling, or like the whole set casts on fire. It's just like let's talk about earlier, the randomness of the show, along with the fact that it's not scripted, makes it all kind of a lot better for the process. But yeah, that's basically how we do a lot of the technological stuff on the show.
Yeah. The shows themselves, the sets themselves, we have a very small development team, but wow, it's a really good team. So stat building wise, I'm gonna refer to subjectivity here, and then I'll talk about Crimson Atch's team. I'm gonna kind of shout the people out here. Subjectivity's team was me, Jory Juki, which is our lead scripter. He's like the main man of scripting in Phoenix. He does all the scripting, all the remote features. He's the boss in that regard. And then we have It's Simply Zach, who built us the amazing set that we have for subjectivity, which looks absolutely incredible. So if he's here still, shout out to you. Then Crimson Show, we have a bit of a bigger team because it's got a little bit bigger following. We received contributions from Puffton, from Lewis the Brave, from Enjoy as well. We've received contributions from Crimson's helped on that one as well. Who also ads worked on it? Enrique Vasilius, I think is his username. Was that Vasilius, I think?
Oh, Enrique Vasilius, yeah.
Enrique Vasilius, he's helped us out a ton. It's a lot more of an extensive group, but I think it's mostly because Crimson Ad Show always had like these it had these bits that are filmed like quote unquote outside. So you got your street set, you got your restaurant set, you got I'm trying to think of what else we have. City set. I already said city set. We just have a lot of like sets that are outside of the building. Because of that, we do need some more hands come in and help out sometimes. And subjectivity is a lot more minimal, which is why it has a smaller team, but that doesn't take away from how efficient and how amazing of a job they did.
Cool. Okay. So leading on to those sort of questions, I guess, how do you do a typical timeline? So like, how do you plan out what TV shows you want to do? Do you sort of plan an idea together, or how do you do it?
I'll let Beatles and Crimson come in if they want to, but normally what happens when we get a pitch is we normally hear this guy, we make like a group chat with him, and he or she gives us their pitch, and we kind of hear them out a little bit, and we kind of discuss about it on our own. As far as the timeline goes, we normally don't want to be working on more than 2 projects at once, because like I said, our team is very small. We're always looking for help, but our team is small, very small. So because of that, we don't have a lot of workload to handle more than two things at once. That's why Crimson Etcher sometimes takes a little bit more to get done because it is a lot more of a. The episodes are a lot more complex. They're a lot more, like I said, there's multiple sets. There's guests that we have to bring in, and we have to make sure now. Something we're doing now is we have to make sure that the guests have no clue what they're getting into. So, if we bring a guest into the Crimson Edge show, we have to make sure they've never watched the show before, so we can get some raw, genuine reaction from them, which is a whole other thing. So
That's what we're looking
that's how we.
in the show.
Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, I was just gonna chime in. I was saying that's what we look for in the show is people or actors who have never seen the show or they have no idea what to expect, so we can get that genuine reaction out of them. Besides just like besides just someone who's been through the routine a couple times, they're like, they kind of fake it a little bit. They're like, oh, that's so crazy.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Why is the clock falling from the roof? That's why we
As
look for
opposed to someone
people
who's
who
like
don't know.
genuinely terrified or like
Yeah, and I think
showing
more
true
than
emotions.
terrified, it's like confusion because they come in here, they expect like a real because our set looks nice. It looks like a real talk show because we have the
Yeah.
band off to the side, which you guys will see a lot more in future episodes because they haven't shown up yet, but they're there. We have a lot of it's really professional, and then so they come on, they expect this like professional show, and then we give them something completely different, and that's where we get the best reactions. Episode 5, I'm telling you right now, has some of that, and it's absolute gold. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So you said about the timeline and how you sort of plan out the ideas and pitch them, but what inspires you to create them? Do you get any ideas from anywhere, or are they completely original?
So essentially, for the ideas and show pitch, how we do that is we end up just people will submit.
What?
Give me 1 second here, my bad. Can y'all hear me perfectly fine?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sorry, my AirPods just died. Okay, anyways. How we do the story pitches is people will DM us or people who have ideas, they will send us ideas, or maybe even people part of our own staff team will come up with these show pitches. And to add on to what Cold said earlier, we make a group chat, we'll discuss what can be done, what can't be done, and the process. And the process varies depending on the show because, for example, the Crimson Ad show, it was filmed as our first show. So like I said, we had no idea kind of what we were doing from the start, but we just kind of went with it. But essentially, the Crimson Ad show was filmed like episode, and then we'd publish that episode. We'd make another episode and publish it. Subjectivity was filmed. They filmed all of the episodes within a certain span of however long it took, and they're now uploading an episode a week that's been pre-recorded. But yeah, that's just kind of to answer the process question. For the show pitch, like I said, people give us ideas, and we sometimes make ideas of our own. Like Bait and Switch was made by Beatles. He is a great story writer. He's been writing for Phoenix Studios for a very long time.
Realistically, all of these ideas come from a little bit of inspiration mixed with a lot of work. If I could show you, you would see how much passion truly went into the scripts of Bait and Switch, because what it was meant to be was a fully fleshed out show with a world just built around it, which sadly didn't end up happening because of time restraints, just different problems. Finding people seems to be a little bit difficult, but that's not really something we should focus on with new shows coming out and in general the group's expanse as a whole. If you want to know more about how bits are made on shows like Subjectivity and Crimson Eye Show, we really just brainstorm. There's not much else to it because I can speak from experience here. I've been through most of these episodes just standing there and trying my absolute best to make these shows and ideas come to fruition.
Yeah. Cookies, you want to add anything, or do you want me to go on?
I think that
Yeah.
he said all that there needs to be said. I mean, Beatles has done a great job, and the only issue with bait and switch was just like you said, the time restraints, and we also had a lack of budget, and just because the film community right now is so small on Roblox, there's like absolutely no one who was up for the job besides their own team. And as we've mentioned several times, people we don't have the biggest team of creators, but we get the job done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beatles has actually helped write a lot of the questions and stuff for subjectivity. So like genuinely I think that like he knows the most out of all of us about how bits and stuff like that are planned. But like how the idea for subjectivity came up, it it was basically just like, oh, I want to I want to make a game show, but I want to put my own little twist to it. And I mean, it's very similar with Crimshanad. I basically just stole Crimshanad and then stole sorry, what's it called? Jeopardy, and I mixed them into one. Yeah. But like I wouldn't say I stole. I would say I was inspired. I just had the same format as a similar format to Jeopardy while like trying to have my own spin on it.
Thanks for your input, Cookies. That was really cool. Thank you.
I'm gonna kill you, Crimsh.
Okay, so I guess the next question is sort of what are the goals for the future for the group? Do you have any ideas in the future, or what can other people in the
Mm,
community do to try and help?
yeah. So goals wise, we have a couple. Now, the truth is this: we don't know how long Phoenix is gonna last, but we do want to, like I said earlier at the beginning of the panel, bait and switch. And we have a couple other shows. We want to go back to them. We don't want to let them just fade away because we think they're genuinely good ideas. Like Beto said, problems with the big shows is that we didn't have a big team. We didn't have enough time. That's why we're always looking for new people in the team. But right now, we just don't have the manpower to be able to handle these big story-driven animated shows. But our hope is to be able to go back to them. You know, the scripts aren't gone. The scripts are there. We have them, and they're just in stasis until we can go back to them, bring them back, and do them justice they deserve. So I guess really an end goal that we have in mind is we just want to be able to tell a bunch of stories, make a bunch of content that in a few years we can maybe look back on and kind of reminisce about, because that's really what Phoenix is about, really. Phoenix isn't about, making it big. Phoenix isn't about, how much profit we can make. It's not about that. That's really not what we're looking for in Phoenix. What we're looking for is just being able to just make some good stuff that we really enjoy, that we can laugh at, that we can, you know, say, "You remember when we did this? Remember when we did that?" That's really the point of it. Because I could right now, I could go ahead and say, "Hey, Crimps, remember when we were dealing with that kid on episode 5 and that had terrible Wi-Fi?" We can talk about that, and that's kind of the point about it. That's kind of the point.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said you aren't sure how long the group would go on for. Is there any way or anything that people in the community can do to try and sort of help make the group go on longer? Is there any features you wish could be added into Roblox, or what do you think could help?
Of the
Honestly, I
group?
think for the Phoenix Studios community, um, a main demotivation for the Crimson Ad show is, we take such a long time to make episodes because of our lack of actors. And usually we invite from the Phoenix Studios community to be background actors or just be on the show. And yeah, um a little bit more help from the community would be great because as Cole was saying earlier, the kid with the bad Wi-Fi, people like that come in all the time who can't listen to directions, and it makes the filming process go from trying to film a 5 minute bit taking 30 minutes to filming a 5 minute bit that's going to take the entire day. And that's why a lot of the filming process takes so long because we just need people who can actually understand what we're trying to do.
Yeah. So we're always looking for people. What we would do back in the day is make mod apps or like Google Forms, but that's really the thing of the past. Right now, if someone walks up to us and says, "I want to help you guys out," it's because they genuinely want to help out. So what are we looking for? We're looking for voice actors, background actors like Crimshed, developers. We're in a good situation with them, but any help would be welcome because we need set builders. All that help would be amazing. And we're always looking for it. We know that our community has them, so what we're just trying to do now is just we're trying to get them to kind of come out a little bit more, kind of get involved a bit more in what we do. We've had a member recently step up and pitch this to the show, and it's a really interesting show idea. We really want to help him make it grow. We offered to help him out. He's down for it, so we're really excited to see where this idea goes because that's what we want to see. Really, we want to see people. If people have an idea, we want to see them come up to us, and if they want our help, we want to grant it to them to make the story come true. Well, to a regard, because it is Roblox.
Okay, so when you make all of your games within Roblox, are there any features you're hoping to get added onto like the platform in the future? Is there anything like missing or anything like that?
Sorry, so can you repeat the question again, please?
Yeah, sure. Are there any features on Roblox, like when you're making a game, that you wish could be added, like any Roblox Studio features?
Mm. I am not sure. We normally have a lot of the features that we need, but if there's one thing I could think of really that could really help us out, I guess maybe. I'm not sure actually. I'm trying to think of something that could help us out.
Yeah, I
Studio
think
is limitless.
for me, because I work out a lot of the sets and scripts for the Crimson Hat show, I just organize and manage a lot of the stuff. Um, One thing is maybe a little bit of a more advanced build system because a lot of that can be provided through plugins. Like there's this one plugin I use on Roblox Studios that helps a lot, but in general, if they had kind of like a it's hard to describe, but like a twin tool to where you can select two parts at the same time and scale them off of each other and move them correspondingly and scale them correspondingly off of a certain point, then that would be a lot more useful.
Personally, I think the design of the UI is comfortable right now, but it could definitely use some improvements.
I absolutely I did not enjoy the UI revamp as much as other people did. I think they just oversimplified a bit.
Yeah. It's just like
But
personally,
if
I've been
there's-
trying to learn scripting, and I feel like they've added more stuff to make it more understandable. But realistically, learning all of that from scratch is kind of difficult, just in general.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Um,
oh yeah, go for it.
no. I went, yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, so earlier in the Q&A, you mentioned about the film community, and I was just wondering, is there any sort of improvements you hope that could happen in the film community? Like, do you want to get more people from there, or yeah?
Yeah. I think that more help, or at least like because I'm in a field like film community servers, and we have people making these stunning animations. I think that if people were more willing to help out the smaller groups get started, I'm not saying join the group and sign your soul away, but I'm saying like help us out a little bit because we're not alone here. Like I'm in contact with a lot of like smaller groups that are trying to gather their stuff and kind of get started, but it's hard because it's a rare genre in Roblox. And not a lot of people do it. People make game shows, people make talk shows, but what we're trying to do, like I said, end goal is to tell stories, make shows, films that are story driven, like Beta Switch was going to be. That's really what we want to do. And well, that's rare. Roblox. It's the fact of the matter.
Okay, fair enough. So, if I wanted to be involved in Phoenix Studio, what would be the best way to join a group or even be on a TV show?
Right. So the best way, if you want to be on a show, if you want to pitch a show, if you want to join the team, or if you just want to, hang out with us, obviously we have a lot of social media. We have social media. Yeah, most platforms we have a platform. Most platforms have a platform. Sorry. The best way you can do it is joining the Roblox group. We have our communications there. So you can you can check out our social media for there. Or if you just search us up on our social media, Phoenix Studios Films, you'll find us there as well.
And I guess through the social media, they'll be able to sort of talk and be able to work it out through
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we're very active on social media. Especially we have we have a very active team checking it out. Our staff team we have this account that kind of our entire staff team manages, so you're always going to get an answer very quickly. We're also going to be at RAPA, which is this convention coming up. We're going to be there, so all our information is going to be there as well. So you can check us out, you can learn more about us, you can take some cool pictures, and have a great time in our booth.
On the topic of Rapper, if anyone wants to book for it, it is also on the Roblox events website, so feel free to book for that, and it'll be a good time to meet all the different people in the community and also meet the studio we're talking to today.
Yeah.
Cool, okay, I think that's all of my questions, unless anyone wants to sort of give any more information about anything.
Yeah. Subjectivity episode 2 coming out this Wednesday at 6:45 EST. Go watch it.
Yeah, all right.
Is it going to be as tragic as last time?
No. It'll actually upload this time. It won't corrupt.
Oh, phew. I just wiped the sweat off of my forehead.
If anyone wants to
Yeah,
watch
leading
the
up to it.
videos, they are also going to be on their social media, so you can find all of the videos on the group and by clicking on the social link through there. And yeah,
Yeah.
Remember to watch out for 1, maybe 2 new shows.
Coming up very soon.
Maybe 2. Maybe 2.
Extremely
Maybe
soon.
Maybe two.
Maybe 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
bless you.
We got lots of cool stuff coming up. You're gonna love it.
awesome. Okay, and on that note, I think we should probably end the event then, if that's all the questions we have.
I think so.
Yep.
Awesome.
Anyone else want to add anything?
Just remember, y'all, I've got one thing to say. Tonight show, best Phoenix Studio show ever. You guys should go check it out if you haven't already.
I'm the best community manager there is.
And on that note, I want to thank all of you for joining. And yeah, if any of you have any sort of goodbye notes, then yeah.
And thank you so much, guys. This has been awesome to come on the panel, talk about our group. It's awesome that we get to come out more, talk about what we do more, get more people to discover us. It's been an awesome opportunity. So thank you to Cedar for giving us a chance. Come on and talk about it, our shows and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, bye everyone.
All right. So
Bye.
Goodbye.
yeah.
Yeah.